So this is going to be the first in a series I'm going to be calling Decoding the Matrix. In this series of videos, I'm going to reveal something very key onto how the construct and or law/world we live in works. And of course, there are going to be some biblical and or spiritual references because everything spiritual eventually manifests itself in reality. The laws and rules and codes and statutes that we live by were all in the mind, in the consciousness at one point, and now they have manifested into reality as part of enforcement or everything you see around you in your everyday life, to include, construction, the clothing you wear, all have codes, laws, things that they had to abide by. So this first video I'm going to call Do Not Argue. Well, what do I mean by that? If you've paid attention to my past videos, you know that they always try to attach the strawman identity to you in some form or fashion. And some people don't realize that they've given them that identity without even knowing. This is why learning the law is very important. If you've identified yourself as a resident, that's an identification of the strawman identity. Another way that they get jurisdiction over you is by declaring you insane, declaring you incompetent or belligerent. Insane meaning that you have showed yourself to not have the mental capacity to deal with something. Incompetent meaning that you've displayed yourself to not have a knowledge of the workings of legalities and the ability to handle your own affairs. And therefore you require external governance rather than self-governance. There's only two ways this can go, you guys. Either you learn to govern yourself or someone governs you from the outside. Belligerent. Belligerence essentially meaning you have no honor. Now, there's a number of ways that can be shown. If you kick and scream like a little temper tantrum throwing child, you can be shown to be belligerent. If you argue back and forth with somebody, you can be shown to be belligerent. If you insult or curse someone, there are a number of ways to be shown to be belligerent, and this is why you must remain calm, and self-control and self-government is crucial to handling any scenario. The most tempting thing people do is argue back with something. Look, no, I wasn't speeding. No, but how do you know? Do not do that. What you do is ask questions. You say, officer, do you have evidence to prove that I was operating in commerce and therefore a driver as defined by Black's Law Dictionary? Do you have evidence to support that I entered into this contract free of duress, of my own volition, free of intimidation or coercion? Someone accuses you of violating a mask mandate or some other BS made-up law that really isn't a law? Ask them. Don't argue with them. Gladly and willfully say, hey, I'm willing to comply with your request as long as you can show me evidence that there really is a pandemic and or disease that is afflicting the whole nation. Do you have evidence to show that the virus has been isolated, purified, and shown to satisfy Koch's postulates?